Welcome to the Free River Valley series for Workers and Resources Saviour Republic. And the game's on pause for a reason which I'll explain in a little while. Before we get started, like I say, a big thank you for all your comments and feedback. You guys give me a lot to think about. And some of your comments is going to be the reason why the game is on pause. But I'd also like to say a big thank you to Seathorn, who picked up on a very small mistake that I made here. I didn't actually set the clothes pickup here with the distribution office here, and this is the type of small mistakes which can be quite expensive if you don't pick them up relatively quickly. So coming back to here, in the last part the focus was very much on the preparation for getting the town built so that we could populate it this video, but I've got a little bit of a problem with that respect, which is again is another reason why the game's on pause. But before that, I just want to do something, because we're on the 6th of June 1930. And what I want to do is flip this over, this on load. I want to remove the whole grain back granary from there. And what I want to do is export the rest of the crops from here. For two reasons. One, to try and make a little bit of cash from the from exporting what the crops here. We've only got about 383 tons. I don't think there's anything left in there. And the second reason is that I want to see how many more crops we can get from the surrounding area here. What I've built is another distribution office here, and I've moved one of the open holes from here. And what I've done is I've got moved this over to here. What I might do is flip this into one of the silos later on as well, depending on how well the population goes. So that's that done. The other thing also, I've put a distribution office in here because I've realized that I need to get logs down to here. So we're going to be building a distribution office here. And another change I've actually made is I've set the construction offices up with, this one's my general construction office. You can see it's got everybody in here. It's got no workers assigned to it. Okay, that's not good. Okay, it's got buses there. Okay, was I not seeing that? Sorry about that. And then what I've done is I've created another one, which is my road crew, which is going to keep pushing out this way. And then I've created a third one, which is my footpath crew. Now what that will do is ensure that these diggers are used a lot more effectively. And it also means if I get a bit of a blockage with a building because all my excavators are out and about, I can then use the digging crews here to do a bit of contribution. You can also see I've had a little bit of a push, and I've now completed all the factory connections. And we've also started work on the heating plant, which is the main target. Now we're going to get to the crux of the problem of why the game's on pause. And I've had a number of comments about the power, and what I've done is I went round and kind of did a quick calculation of all the various power sources. In fact, the only way you can do it really is to come into here, go to like residential, if I can find it, and then what you'll see here is you click on here, it shows you how much power you've got. Now the problem I've got is that this windmill would have to spin very quickly to ensure all the power to this area, and I'm very concerned, is probably the polite way of saying it, that that is not going to be enough. What I'm going to do is bite the bullet and put a power station in, which may delay the overall process with respect to populating the town. Now I do have one power station down here, which is the block power station, which I did take a look at. Now this can't cover the whole area, and the problem with this is it's got no power takeoff. And the other thing with it is that it actually burns oil, which is some way away, which means it'd be a constant drain on my economy, which is a little bit risky. So what I've done is I don't want a solar power station, is I want to look through the power plants here. And I'm looking for something that might be historically in context. So we're not using geothermal. There's the oil pump. We've got a 1920s powerhouse here. It's got a couple of power takeoffs. And of course, it's probably got piles of 16 tons of pollution, so we don't want it near our city. Plus, the other thing I'm thinking is that we're going to have a industry out here. So if we put, say, if we put it, we could get it in somewhere, say around here. What we could do then is use direct power to some of the industries in this area. So I'm kind of thinking, as long as it stays green. Actually, I'm quite liking that. And then what we're going to do is that will come to there. That will come to there. We're going to get our road crew building that. I think these go. Nope, no, they're out off busy, but they'll be okay. So that's going to be our power station. Now the next problem is that this has only got 2 power takeoffs here, which means that I'm kind of thinking medium switch here. This only takes a small amount of, because if I can put, say, a medium switch in here, say something like that. The trouble is, this is an area where I'm going to put housing later on, or maybe out this way. No, the town won't be too big. My instinct is maybe to put it something about there. We can put a mud road in. We don't need anything fancy here. Now, let's see if we can cover this with a substation. The trouble is, I don't want to put. I'd like to cover that. I mean, a substation there would be pretty nice if we could get that, say, in about there. That covers virtually everything of interest. Question is, can we get a little road connection here? No good. Okay, we'll just demolish that out. I move the substation a little bit south. I'm going to leave the wind turbine in the short term, but if I could get this, we may have to power that without. We could put it there. We could put it in, say, about there. We'd have to put the power. See if we can get the power cables over the. We got a connection there. Question is, if I take the power from here and run it through to there, say for argument's sake, so we have to run. A little bit of a dog's dinner, but I can't see any other way out of that. I could redo the path, but I think we're just run that there. Of course, what we're going to need to do is, we can't build that yet, but we can build that, and in here, the power station. So what we're going to do now is just let the game run. Now, I'm not going to bump the priority just yet, because I don't want to distort what's already being built. So we're just going to have to see how things go. And of course, we need to build this in here. Now, while that's going on, the next thing I would like to do is put in the sewage pickup point over here somewhere. And I'm thinking maybe on this side here. And the sewage pickup point I want to use is a cargo station from the military mod thing. Whoops, no, sit down here. Now this has actually got a one-way road in it, so I think what I'd like to do is put this, build it across there, but I think maybe we're pop this in here up a little bit. And then we'll get rid of you. A bit of a neater junction there. And the idea behind this is that the sewage trucks will come down here to a single sewage truck, which will then take it out to here. Well, that's the idea anyway. Right, it looks like gravel's going to be the restricted. This needs boards, that's okay. Now I've got a dilemma, is do I put people into here? Because if I put people into here, they will speed up the production, but they won't be happy. I think I just need to wait. I mean, we're running out of time, that's the problem. And I don't really want a population collapse. I think somebody actually posted a comment that said that they had a population collapse. Right. I think we're going to bump the priority on that because that's already got stuff in there. And we're going to push the priority on this. And this. Actually, no, we can build the priority on this so that we can get this started. And the idea is going to be is that when I populate the city here, the actual buses that we are using to supply here, I think there's only one, isn't there? There's only one. Here. What that will do will then divert him up to this power station here. The only other thing we're going to need here is a distribution office. But we've got a distribution office here, which we could use to bring the gravel up to, oh, not gravel, coal up to there. How are we doing over here? I'm not expecting it, things. Okay. So let's have a quick look at our economy. Why have we got cost of invitation? Oh, that's cost of invitations. Oh, because I bought a, what I did was, is I bought another truck for up here. Because I was a little bit worried about whether we'd get enough logs into here. In fact, while we're here, I can sort this out. I'm not going to store steel in here. Certainly not going to store aluminium. We're not going to store prefabs. All bricks. We got wood, boards, and Ukrainian. I said Ukrainian. I meant Uranian. Uranium. I can't say it today. What's up with me? And I think that's. I think we'll leave it at that. So we get 319 tons of wood in here, and oops, I've obviously dropped that down. I think we're going to go for 33 tons of boards. And what I've done is I've set this up. When this road's built, we're going to build this distribution office. This distribution office is going to do two things. It's going to export planks, and it's also going to bring wood down to here so that we can get some food production going. We need to think about the alcohol production. Hopefully this guy is going to go to this unfinished road. He's probably going to go all the way around there, isn't he? Oh. So setting the priority was a bit of a mistake. Will he? Yep. Should have told him to prioritize this, but that's the way it is. Can't change it now. How are we doing up here? This is nearly finished. When this guy's finished, he'll be able to get back to here. We've actually got the power line in. We need asphalt being delivered here. Kind of overloaded my trucks. That's part of the problem. Right, we're going to bump this priority up for the moment, get that finished. We're kind of working our way back towards the power station. We need to build that section in there. Right, so we got this being planned. We got this working. Because the big question is going to be is whether we can get enough logs into here before we can actually do it. See, this thing is barely turning. Now that could be due to the fact that there's nobody living here. What we got here, right? Working on that. You're working on that. My digging crew. I think we'll put the digging crew on there. Oh, they're already on it. Must admit, I do like this digging crew. I mean, they're getting there very slowly, doing their stuff. Let me just get over to here. I've just got to make sure. Right, this is now empty. So what we got to do now is flip this ready for when the harvest comes in. Unload 100%. We need to get this built. So if we get this built, what we can do is put some more crops into here. Now, another thing I've been debating on is electronics. And I'm kind of thinking that it might pay to justify putting some electronics into the store just to get it a little bit prepared so that we get a little bit of a boost when the population first moves in and they get some electronics. But I'm not convinced it's going to be as advantageous as I would like. Okay, how are we doing? Right, this guy's nearly finished. Apologies that there's going to be quite a lot of hanging around, but it's going to be a little bit tense, to be honest. Where are you off to? You're going to the Tudor University. The actual steam crane. It should be quite useful. I'm going to put the digging crew on there. And what that should do is, because these should be allocated, that means, oh, no. You're only going, tell me you're only going for fuel. I'm not going to jack it to high priority to start with. We got our little digging crew on that as well, so she's got a new vehicle. Just the market purchase. I think this Kirov PK6 is actually a what we call it, a rail construction train. I think there's one way we can find out. Is if we go all the way over to here. Track builder. Yeah, the Kirov P6 is a track builder. So we've got a range of trains and other stuff over here, but of course we're not connected. We've also got foreign workers and tourists over here as well. Yeah. We got the concrete. Get the gravel come in here. Right, now we're going to bump it to high priority because we got 262 days of building here. So what we need to do is get the workers out here to start putting this together. This is going to be expensive. Actually, because this is going to be long term, I'm thinking that I do need another distribution office out here. That's green. Okay, just get that in there. So I definitely should have built this first. Okay. Actually, we're going to put the digger guys on that. I think it's the it's this one is still the gravel guys still pick up everything. Right. So right, we got the gravel guys are in there, and they've only got to build that little bit there. I think what we can afford to do now is I want to keep pushing this road out. I don't want those guys sat around doing nothing. We've got the excavators out here. Again, we're going to use the diggers so I can use the excavators for groundworks for the buildings. Right, we've now complete. That's complete. I'd like to get this built as well, but we do need to get this finished. On game, it's a race. 14th of July. We haven't started harvesting yet. Is there going to be a benefit of putting this truck back into there for the moment, or just letting him freelance? I think what I might do is I think we'll leave it and just see how things go. At the moment, I'm kind of reluctant to have a truck sat around doing nothing. We really need to get the boards in. This is being built, isn't it? Being built as well. Right, we're going to bump the priority on that because that's how I got everything delivered. So difficult. My instinct is to get everybody in now and populate the city, get it functioning, because we've got everything. We've got the wind turbine here is producing some power, but we're not using all our industry. Very difficult call, I'll be honest, because the population could collapse very, very quickly. How are we doing? We got 1,494 days. If we could get some boards in here, we could finish this, because then we won't have a truck delivering boards. Actually, did I put a power line in here? Oh, I didn't. Bit of a fail, wasn't it? Right. Yep, I nearly goofed up on that one, didn't I? Right, guys, I'm going to go for it. I just feel that we could get this built, but I need to get the blogs in here. Yeah, we're going to go for it, guys. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We'll put 40 in there. 1, 2, 3, 30 in there. 1, 2, 3, 40 in there. We'll put 50 in there. And we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50 in there. And we're going to put, not sure where I think 4, 5 in there. Right, so we got the kindergarten that's functioning. We're going to increase the loyalty to 20% at least. All right, we got workers in there. I don't want workers in here just at the moment. I want you working on everything else here. So we've now got firefighters in here. That means that this vehicle here, your job is going to be to go back to there. And what you're going to be doing is providing the workers to the power station. The other thing I want to check is the clinic. We got is that fluctuating power supply. We're going to need some ambulances. What we got? What's cheap? You're 42. You're 30. Going to get a couple of ambulances into there. Maybe we'll just increase that a smidge. Right, well, it's got 81% happiness, 73% food, 44% clothes. Right, we're getting logs in here. Let's just open up this. Actually, we'll just open it to full 5. Once we got some boards in here, we'll set the construction office to pick up boards. Boards isn't particularly brilliant, but we should be there. Right, this is built. Yeah, it's about power supply. Yes, I know. Okay, I'll push you to high priority as well. Now, one thing I will say is that if you're not certain about your city, which I technically am, is what you want to do is drop a safe save game, so that if it all falls apart and becomes really bad, what you can do then is go back, fix the problem and restart. So we've now got, okay, we're getting 25 boards in here. So where's my open? I think this is the open hole one, isn't it? Boards. What that can do, he can do now is pick the boards up. We do need that built. What resources are needed for this? Gravel, asphalt, a tiny amount of steel. Okay, we're going to get the diggers, excavators, and concrete on that to start with, and then well, it's everything, isn't it? So we're up open hole. Buses. Okay, well, just build that. It's a small amount. I know I shouldn't be doing it, but see, at the moment we don't have a power problem, but I'm thinking the more, like, when we get this heating plant comes online, which we do need to build, once that comes online, then we will start to have a problem with power. Crops are coming into here. I think I am going to send you temporarily. Now that will cancel that, but where the moment I don't want anyone in here. We actually need this built as well. So decisions. Right, let me just get. I think that's the next thing we need built, because we can get the logs down from here to here. We can then start producing food. Okay, but we do need this power station built, and this is the biggie. And of course the power line here. How are we doing? Everyone's happy at the moment. As it's all going to rotate on power. There we are, getting this fluctuating power. I had a feeling it was going to happen. We've got the work crew. What do we need for here? This is just a tiny bit of board and steel, so get that built as well. How are we doing here? Of course, what we got is the local workforce coming in here. We've only got 2% unemployment at the moment, which is nothing due to low education. But we got the private school here, will educate anyone who's really low. And then once we've got the university, we can start pushing up that there. Got medical coverage. Put you in there. I think what I might do is pull one of these gravel trucks back to here. And your job is going to be to deliver the coal to the coal-fired power station. I think at the moment we don't need large numbers of gravel trucks because I know I'm going to be pushing out this way. In fact, we'll just do another bit of road out here. What we will do is we'll put the excavators on it because we're in construction mode now. I have so we got a bus in here, and apologies, this isn't going to be particularly that interesting, but it's all very, very tight. Let's just have a look at the overview. Right, so you've got food, meats. Well, that's something else I need to think about. We've got some of electronics. We're not going to give them alcohol. Okay. See, it says everyone's connected. No one's got any heat at the moment. I'm not kind of getting an indication for water, but then again, it's technically they're not connected to water. So if we come into here, this won't show because technically the water's being manually delivered at the moment. What was I going to... Oh, yeah, meat. I want to put some hunters in. But does this actually need power? Let me just see. It's a factory thingy bob. Right. It does need power. It also needs a... Not sure why it's got so much. Do you need a lot of power? 50 kilowatts. Wow. For a little hunting shack. I think we're going to drop that in about there. Right, put that in there. I'm going to keep the road up, so get that built. Now these hunting thingies, these hunting huts, they need 0.02 food and 0.002 alcohol, and they produce half a ton of meat with 10 workers per day. So in theory, a couple of those should be able to supply the main area here. If we get the power station, I think I'll take this windmill down because sometimes windmills can distort the power supply. How are we doing? Those guys are laying the groundwork. This is built. How are you doing? Okay, we need to move these guys up to... I allocated the wrong one there, didn't I? Haha. Okay. So we've still got 78% happiness, 95% food, alcohol. again, this power supply will work during the summer, but it won't work during the winter. So we've now got these guys here. We're pulling a little bit of heat now. That means that we look at the heat overlay. Oops. Yeah, everyone's got heat who needs it. So in fact, we can look at it the other way as well. Where's the... We got 24 degrees of heat at the moment. Right, we've now produced this back here. It says no pipeline connections. Well, it doesn't have any pipelines, if I remember correctly. It's got no pipeline connections. It's telling us about something that we... Okay, we're getting there. This just needs a workforce now. Now, I haven't sent anyone to the bus stop at the moment. Yeah, there is the power fluctuation. Right, we got university. I don't want... We're going to drop that down to maybe 10. Get an educated workforce in here. Get that up to 30. I really would like to know what the loyalty is, but we're not going to be able to do that just at the moment. Right, are we getting any escapees? None at the moment. We're getting a few births. So at the moment we've only got 240 workers with 30 babies, 75 children, and out of an actual population of 345. I'm going to take a punt, and we're going to bring some more workers in just to try and get things going. Okay. Come on, guys, you can do it. We've still got over 500,000. I'm quite happy with that amount of money that we've got. More importantly, we're getting quite a lot of logs in here. Kind of thinking, well, I want this built. How far off are you? So, right, we got kind of people who are unemployed coming in here, so this should build pretty quickly. And if we get this built, right, that's now built, but I think we can add that. What is that there? Oh, that's the town police. We're not worried about you. We're doing over here. Let's see, we're on the 1st of September. It looks like we've finished these fields. So we've got trucks parked here, and I think the problem is that we've only got the... Oh, we're a combine short. Okay, what I'm going to do is probably a little bit late. I actually got a note right in front of me at the moment saying you need another combine, and I forgot completely all about it because I was so focused on power. You get to there. Yeah. See, this is one of the problems when you've got like a slow speed. We got the trucks there, so it won't send out another truck. So we're actually kind of wasting our time there. You might as well just go over there, and we'll just set you back up again as a... See, when the truck leaves, the next one comes out. But when we get the next combine, what will happen is that will then, he will pick up on one of these fields and the next one in the allocation. And then he will do it. So we now got that back. Okay, thank you. Electricity problem, yes. Oh, is this a mistake? Is this a mistake? It's the power supply. Come on. We really need this finished. Got 599 workers here. I've gone too early. We got the crane, we got workers. We can't do this any faster. We're just gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to let it run, and hopefully keep your fingers crossed and hope, because we're now moving into autumn, and this is going to start struggling. See, we're barely producing any power at all at the moment. Right, this is built. We've got no building without power supply. We need this built. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's just get up here. Up to you. What are you actually stage of building you're actually on? You're in the late stage, so what we could do is, well, we need other projects put together. You're nearly there. What have we got over here? This is the groundwater filtration plant. I'm looking for something that we can start. We've got some slack with respect to accommodation. In fact, I think what we will do is start on the alcohol and like the hunting. Or I don't want any workforce in here. Sorry, there's no point having any workforce in here until we've got alcohol. So we need. So we're in a kind of catch-22 situation now. We need this built to do our exports of boards. Wow, this is filling up nicely. You might even have a chance to build some why is this not? Why have you got no gravel? Actually sure how that actually worked, but oh, it's probably too far away for the auto detect. How are we doing? Right, so we're now down to the steel phase. My crane is off doing his own thing. Yeah, we need steel and mechanical components now. And of course, we're starting to get the ubiquitous queue here. Partly because it's the gravel trucks. I've got to do something about gravel. Yeah. But how are we doing? Down to 65, but that's down to the fact that we're getting intermittent power problems, I guess. If this starts to crash, then I'm going to be in trouble. Teach me to be impatient, won't it? Right, we got the rural being built. Well, this should go pretty quick. We got 2 excavators in here. So this is one of the advantages that you can get, is that once you've actually got workers in here, they will work locally and actually contribute. Right, so what do we need here? We need an open hole to bring down the logs to here, and we need a covered hole to deliver up there. But the first thing we need is an open hole. We don't need anything big because You consume 1.5 tons of crop wood a day. So what we're looking at is we've got a gas here. You're 1.5. You're going to be very close in. 42 kilometers an hour. I think we're going to get this ammo, wherever it is. And then you're going to deliver to there 100%. Get that going. And then we'll move it to this when we get an opportunity. And then once we get some alcohol here, whoops, sorry, paused. Once we get some alcohol in, right. Oh, no. I thought I convinced myself that it was actually finished, but we got the steel. We just need the workforce in here now to get this built. No, we're on the 18th of September. Right, that's the alcohol production's built. This is the ammo. Yeah, this is the that we're looking for. A little bit of a follow around. Must admit, I do really like these trucks. Got a local hot rod right behind us. Always gets me that they got indicators. Oops, sorry. Right, you can pick up logs. And of course, he's going to go all the way back for a gas station. I'm starting to think I'm going to need another gas station up here, because I can't have them always going all the way back to here. But go on, game. Right, we got all the resources into there. Right, so what else are we building at the moment? We're building this, 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 and this. What is this? An old courthouse. I think what I'm going to do is I really would like to know what the loyalty is. So we're gonna build the secret police. Yeah. So we're going to build that. How's the crops going over here? We're on the 23rd of September. Wow. We've got 374 in there, 374. So we've got about 800 tons at the moment. We've got 1, 2, 3. Where is the last one? Where are you? Oh, you're actually harvesting up here. That's the difference, that we've got one harvester here doing this medium field. So hopefully what we should do is get the 2 harvesters onto here, and when one of these fields actually finish, in fact what here will probably finish first, so here start on this field here, and then hopefully one of these will finish and we'll get him onto that field so that we can run into the winter. Okay, go on game. Got 302 workers there, 59%. Oh, this is big grim. Unemployment, we've got 8% unemployment at the moment due to small child. Yeah, no power supply. The power supply reduces the number of children in the kindergarten. That will also affect the school as well. So we really need this power station. But beyond that, yeah, it's low education. We've got 8 people with low education. Again, it's the fact that we could probably push this up a bit. 1 reported crime. Okay. See, when you got power, we got 55. We've got no problem with the kindergarten. So we do really need to get this power stable. Why are you not? Pick up logs. Deliver logs. 100%. The game has got a little bit confused. All right, we got a new vehicle coming in. Right, what we're going to do is start to bring the workforce into here. Again, no power supply. Well, this is the Tudor warehouse, actually. Right. So what that will do is we'll start producing food, and eventually, if things go according to plan, if we get this going pretty well, we can actually start to export food. Let's start with you. I think the focus at the moment is on high priority, but that's not the problem. Certainly would like this finished. Yeah, it's workforce that's the issue at the moment. So he's filling that up with logs. We've got crops, so that means we've got the potential to make free food. Right, guys, I'm aware that I'm running out of time, but I do really want to get this power station finished. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut the video because I'm not going to do anything. I'm just talking for the sake of talking at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the video here, and I'll be back once the power station is online, and then that will be the outro to the video. Okay, welcome back. I've just been monitoring the situation. So what I'm going to do is going to get a cupboard hole. I want something that's speed 42 kilometers an hour. So 42 is about the best we're going to get. And this can carry, well, I want something a bit more carry capacity than that. 75, 30 kilometers an hour. I think we're going to need to get a western cupboard hole for what I've got in mind. We also got a new truck, didn't we? We got a Renault truck here, which is 1,000, but it doesn't carry very much. We got a Chevy Model T here, which will carry no, we got something a bit more total capacity. We certainly don't want a Mack tractor. We got this one here that's 4.5. This one's 3.8. We got a Max Series, a hard drop here for $5,000, and this will carry 3.8 tons of food. So we're going to buy you and come into there. And we're just going to get him into up here. And so if you're interested in the power station, it is just finished. Thank you, game. This is not finished yet, so what we're going to have to do is get you there. You're going to pick up coal. You're going to drop off coal. What's the... I think we'll start... Let's get you at 50% to get going. No, what am I on about? That's a route, isn't it? Ugh. Get you going. I think we're gonna need to bump this up a priority. That built. And what I'm gonna do now is the bus that's here. What we're gonna do is use clear that. Use a foreign workforce here. And we'll just do this. Now, somebody did post a comment and say, why do I keep setting this on there? It's a habit that I've developed over time. It's a habit I want to keep, because eventually what will happen is once we're building combined public transport systems, I want to make sure that I'm allocating things correctly. It's got 15 workforce. I think what I am going to do is buy another bus, but we'll buy it again. We need it to stay in. We're going to buy the Brockway gondolier. Come on, game. Oh, you're delivering water. We've got water here as well. That's good. Got our first delivery of coal. That would be good for 2 days. And we've got power. Isn't that fantastic? Hopefully that will give us a consistent power supply. I'm not going to knock this down until we're through the winter. Right, we've got a truck here. Your job is going to be to pick up from here. You will pick up food if it's over 50% full, and you're going to take it to the border. We're just going to export some food. Now what I would really like to do is export some boards. Let me just see, what's the price on boards? Boards, we can get 18 rubles per ton. I think what we'll do is we'll set you to boards there, and we'll also set you to boards there. And what we're going to do is just let him run and export some of those boards so that we can actually get it. Yeah, we don't have a consistent power supply at the moment. It's going to affect our population. Come on. Right. Did I actually... let me just see. I thought I'd bought a... By here. I thought you'd be travelling over across the map. Right, I'm just going to come here. Buy a bus, buy a Brockway gondola. Do it this way. And we'll send you up to here. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Oops. Sorry. Limit. I don't want any. We've only got 1.7 tons of food in there. That's not exactly what I wanted. There's only 2 things I want in here. Let the game run now. Alcohol. Get you there. Get you there. Electro components. Close. Alcohol. Get the alcohol. Reduce the alcohol down to about 15 tons. And then what we should have is we should get 44 tons of crops in there. And your job is going to be to deliver there. Crops 100%. We got that there. Just get you back to here. Then we'll just set this line up. Okay, powerhouse. Why won't that button work? Okay. I'll just turn the line spacing on. And what that should do is guarantee that we've got heat power to our economy. And this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.